It's impossible to enjoy life through Christianity. You see evil everywhere. What was once a simple pleasure is now a death sentence. You can't smoke, you can't get high, you can't drink, you can't enjoy certain types of movies, TV shows, music, sports, entertainment. You can't sleep around or masturbate. You have to treat people a certain way, and you have to do your best to live an ethical and moral life. And by ethical and moral is God's ethics and morality. Not the ethics and morality of society that changes according to people's whims. And thank God. Because we're so inconsistent, undependable, and unreliable, while being unrealistic, selfish, and self-destructive. Our sense of what's right and wrong is according to the social situation we're in and not what's actually right and wrong. Later telling ourselves that that's not us, it's who we had to be and it's okay because everyone else did it also. When we always have a choice. We're simply not willing to take the one that's going to invoke the wrath of our contemporaries, instead of being more concerned with not invoking the wrath of the Most High. He'll understand, we tell ourselves. He knows our hands were tied, we foolishly continue. But no, he knew we had the option to choose him, but chose the world. When we deny ourselves, we're not hurting ourselves, we're making us stronger, we're balancing and checking ourselves. If you have kids, or any kind of responsibility, you know you have to deny yourself certain pleasures to be able to be at your best at your responsibility. And our responsibility is to please the Most High, while being the best we can to each other. So, how can we do that if we're around the wrong influences? Being around people who negatively resemble us is not the answer and doesn't make it okay. But to each their own. How can we be in environments or support a piece of media or entertainment that directly goes against God? That purposefully rejects God, and that makes people pull back as soon as he's mentioned. Why does the word God affect us so much? Because we know in our hearts that what we are doing in the moment is wrong, is sinful. And that the word God reminds us of righteousness, it reminds us of the mark we're missing, it convicts us. God ruins everything, he does. But he only ruins the bad things. Like the sun ruining the darkness. Have you ever had that friend, or been that friend, that when you're one-on-one, you're great together, but when other people show up you forget about him, you're embarrassed of him, even knowing how great he is, but unfortunately that's a part of you that you hide from others because you know they wouldn't accept you, and even help in mocking and mistreating him? Have you ever had that friend, or been that friend, that tells you the truth to your face, who you know he only wants the best for you, and refuses to be with you, enable you, unless you start making an effort towards a better behavior? You feel like he thinks he's better than you because he doesn't make and refuses to make the same mistakes you're making. If you ever had that friend, or been that friend, that's who Jesus is, but unfathomably better. I used to enjoy a certain type of entertainment and people, but now I know too much. I know the behind the scenes and the aftermath of certain decisions and influences, and it's not pretty or worth it. Everything around us influences us in a way or another. How can you stop swearing if you keep watching and listening to stuff with foul language? Around certain people you may not say it, but you think it. Why? Because that's what you've been consuming. And eventually, unintentionally it'll come out. What's done in the dark will eventually come out in the light. It's harder to refuse sinful behavior after you've tried it or done it for so long. And that's why we all need Jesus Christ. His sacrifice cleansed us of our past, present, and future crimes. Of course, it's not a license to sin, but we all stumble from time to time, and we always will. And through him our behavior will improve. Through him what felt good before will now makes us sick. Because we can't stop on our own since we have no reason to. We may have a reason, but no reason is greater than him. Christianity ruins everything of the world, and we should be glad it does. Because everything of the world is here to ruin us. I miss the world and sometimes come back to it, but then I'm immediately reminded of why I left. What used to be so delightful about it is now so boring, pathetic, and meaningless.